Let's try to do this live streaming thing. I wanted to talk to you about, I wanted this stream to be short, like 3-5 minutes. And then I was sitting in the morning and it's like, well, I don't really know what to post about, but then I came up with 3 topics. It's pretty much, it's different angles on the same topic. So let's start from the beginning, I guess. I actually promised, I promised this video on my last, I promised this technique or system in my last video, how to start. And let me talk about, in this video, I will talk, in this stream, I will talk about this how to start thing, system or technique or whatever, the one I'm using. The one I gave there, it's easy to start, it's enough, but I want to talk about like 10x better, what I'm actually using. And then I wanted to remove some blocks on your way. Like whatever you're doing, something is holding you up. And it makes you unhappy. Most likely makes you miserable. Some people like me, they'll feel enslaved. It's like I can't work for anybody. I want to be, free, independent. Working for anybody kills me. Well, that just maybe just me, but for people, I believe that a lot of people out there like this. Well, maybe some of you like this. You want to move somewhere and you're miserable, and then something keeps you stuck. So I wanted to, this is a second topic. I wanted to talk to you today about, first topic is how to start, like technique itself, and then how to remove the roadblocks. So, because I promised, the whole system is about 10x better. So I want to accelerate your progress. Everything I'm teaching, I tried and tested personally. So removing the roadblocks. This is the second topic of the day today. And then the third topic is I used to live this rule too. It's like everything you say has to be, well, if you die tomorrow, then it's like test of everything, test of everything, test of relationships, test of your work, what you're doing. It's like, what if you die tomorrow or world disappears? What you would do today? And it's also part of the system. And I used to do it every day. But in today's context, this third pillar would be what I would say or feel about if this was my last stream or video ever. So as a third piece today, I'll be talking about what would I say if it was my last video. Maybe just to give you an example, maybe, well, something important has to be said. Okay, let's start from the beginning. And from the beginning, how to start? Why is so important? Why this topic even worth bringing up? Let me tell you about this. So I wasted like years of my life on something I called getting ready or getting prepared, and what people usually do when they think they getting ready. Well, essentially, you can call it procrastination, but it's not really procrastination. But maybe it is for some people, but it doesn't matter, really. So getting ready is all about procrastination, meaning you're learning stuff, you tweaking your content, you polishing, and then years pass and you didn't even publish anything yet. So the question becomes how you actually get started, because at some point you realize, like 5, 10, 15 years past, you getting ready, right? And you never actually started. And so the question is how to start and when you'll be ready and why you still didn't start. And it turns out it's two separate skills. The skill number one is actually, your content, the getting ready part. And then there is a second skill, which is how to start, the first topic of our day-to-day. It's two different things. See, that's the problem. That's the problem. Nobody teaches you how to start. And it's not only like content creation, or it's like it applies to anything in your life, anything. How to start is a separate skill. Like getting ready, let's say I don't know, you want to go, you want to go like international travel, right? Getting ready is, I don't know, I need new clothes, I need, better body. If I go somewhere on the beach in Malibu, Florida, who knows? That's getting ready. That can take you like 10 years, right? But how you actually get started for the international travel, like anything, any aspect of your life, how to get started is a separate skill. And this is something I'll be teaching you today, how to get started. And why it's so important? Well, if you don't develop this skill, you actually will spend all your life preparing and getting ready, but never actually living your life. You will not live your life. You have to start. Well, and as I said, it applies to any areas in any field, and especially it's important in areas like sales. And I'm coming from sales. I used to be, and I still am, like an insurance agent. I used to sell things, hustle, and all that stuff. And nobody teaches you how to start. All they really tell you in reality is the anecdotes about how they started. And all of these anecdotes is essentially telling you the same thing, how they started. They were forced by some external circumstances, and it's like anecdote. It's like they tell you the story. It's like, well, I didn't really have a choice. I had to start. This is how I'm teaching you how to start. This is one way to do this. Now, for the rest of the people who want to start today without waiting for external circumstances, there is a technique. And I described this technique in a previous video. And in terms of content creation, let me demonstrate it to you again. Maybe you understand the difference between getting ready and getting started. There is a difference. So here is how you start without getting ready. Pay attention. Let's say your goal is to film content daily. Now, getting ready is about getting your plan, content plan, months in advance, maybe year in advance. Well, because you feel like failure all the time, like you have this complex of like a bunch of inferiority complexes. How they call it? Like when you feel like not failure, but fake expert. It's like you feel like nobody to teach anything or make an impact, and there is a term for this. That's your getting ready part. You're trying to overcome this, trying to become a real expert. It can take years, decades, lifetime. That's getting ready. Now, how to get started? And it's a separate skill, as I said, and you have to practice it every day. So, in the context of video creation, this is what it is. Taking your phone out, right? I'll demonstrate on my phone. You go to your camera, and you can do it too with me. And then you need a frontal camera. And then you start recording, you put it on video mode, of course, and then you start recording and you say something like, right now I'm stuck with, and then you make a pause, you take a deep breath, and then you finish the sentence. And you stop recording, and then you publish. See, this is how you start. I mean, you don't have to publish it. Or maybe you do have to publish it. You do have to publish it. Like whatever you said, just publish it. See? But it doesn't matter. But if you publish it, then you'll cross that whole other threshold. It's like you will be on your way if you publish this video of yours. Because you need, at some point, you will need this skill, publishing and sitting there and be embarrassed. It's like, well, nobody watching my video. It's like a life-changing video, and I have these videos too. And then, well, that's why I'm talking about this, right? It's like I spent lifetime preparing one of my videos. Now it's published actually on my channel. How to become genius, game changer. This is so powerful. You actually become genius. I mean, think about it. Most of the people I know of think that you have to be born genius, but you don't. You can become genius, and everybody can do this. And this is 3-minute video, and it teaches you how. Guess how many views there? 0 views. And I do have more videos like this, like Medicare. It saves you tens of thousands of dollars, and like all of the insurance agents I know using this. Okay, it's legal, it's proven, it works. I mean, you have to be Medicare age for this, 65 plus, right? But insurance agents using this, and nobody knows about this, but everybody can use it, and it saves tens of thousands of dollars. And this is 3-5-minute video. Guess how many views there? 0 views. And I'm talking about that you actually, in the context of content publishing, the starting sequence, it actually ends with publish button. And at some point, you have to push it. You have to push this button. So that means you have to practice it too. So when you rehearse, well, I mean, it's all about rehearsing. It's all about repetition. I mean, in this context, practice makes it perfect. I got stuck always, and including sales, because they've been telling me, practice makes it perfect. I know it's a lie. Okay, practice makes it permanent. Permanent. I actually have a viewer. Hello there. Now, where were I? About starting sequence. So I'm trying to explain that you have to follow the steps from opening the camera to recording the video to publishing it, and it's a separate skill. And that's why you have to rehearse it, and you have to do it every day. It's like going to gym. The fitness, or like running I'm doing it every day, because you just every day you have to repeat it. That's how you develop the skill. You do it every day, ideally at the same time. And this is how you're getting started. And in order to get started, you have to practice start and sequence. And the start and sequence start with, I don't know, open up. If it's a sales context, you have to open up the dialer. You have to push the button, like colon button. That's your starting sequence, and you have to rehearse it. And yes, you will sit there embarrassed. And you will lose your breath. And you will be anxious. 100% guarantee. This is part of the deal. That's why you have to practice it. That's why you can lose your lifetime getting ready and never get to the point. Because if you have to publish, if you have to call this client, it's not enough to get ready. You have to start. And as I said, even after I published the best video of my life, what I think best video of my life, it's still 0 views. So you have to sit there after you push the this publish button, and maybe you'll be embarrassed. I remember me being embarrassed when in the sales context. It's like you're talking with this client, and it's like, what the hell I'm talking about? I can't even say any words there. But it's not the point. The point is you dialed the client. You started this. You start in sequence, and you have to practice it every day, and it makes you anxious. 100% guarantee. The same with the content. You will get anxious. You will feel crazy. But it's the whole point. Because your muscle, you started muscle didn't develop. You have to develop it. If you do it every day for 10 years, then it gets easier. But this is how you start. Okay, I can talk more about this because, no, okay, let's talk more about this. The natural progression. You can start from 0 to 100 miles an hour right away. This is not going to work. Let's say running. You want to start running marathons, right? And when I'm telling you, well, you have to start, it doesn't mean you run the whole marathon day one. No, this is not how it works. The maximum that will work is no more than 5 minutes a day and no more than one activity a day added. And let's say you want to start running. And let's say you want to do heavy lifting, swimming, dancing, and all that stuff because you've been procrastinating all your life. Well, you have to select just one thing. If you want to start running, that's running. You decide what is it. Like this month, what you will do this month, and then it's 5 minutes max. 5 minutes daily. Or let's say you study in the foreign language. I have to study Japanese now. So it's 5 minutes a day max. And then you do it every day for a month. And only then you have my permission. I mean, you can try, go ahead. You can try a lot of it. It's like run marathon day one. Well, start with 1 hour. It's not gonna work, okay? No, it's not. I tried it, trust me. 5 minutes. 5 minutes will work. Now you have to keep discipline every day for 5 minutes for a whole month. If you miss one day, that's it. You start over again. But if you do it for 1 month, 5 minutes a day, the next month you have my permission to add another 5 minutes. So if it's running context, you want to learn or train for marathon. So 5 minutes a day, this is the max you can run. That's it. That's it. The next month, if you did this month, you can increase it to another 5 minutes, to 10 minutes. And then you cannot skip the day. See, this is the start in sequence, and this is how you go deeper. So, and that's how you develop any skills, and that's how you add anything into your schedule. You can add multiple things. You can add one thing a month, and that's when it's going to work. Otherwise, nothing will work. Okay? So it was about how to start. Now, how to remove, going deeper into my system, how to remove the obstacle that's in your way. And as I said, everything is about the same thing, but just from different angles. How to remove the obstacle that's running your life, how to find a lie that's running your life, It's pretty much the same. Everything is pretty much the same here. Like everything I'm talking today is about the same thing, just from different angles. So you have to find a lie that's running your life. If you're procrastinating, if you're not happy, if something is blocking you, you have to find this blocking. And there are so many ways, but today, to find this, to find this one thing that's blocking everything in your life. You can call it a lie, you can call it a roadblock. Today, let's call it a rule. So there is a rule that's stopping you. And I compiled some, certain examples here, just to make you understand what I'm talking about. Here is what my rule told me today today in the morning. One of my rules popped up in my head, which actually stopped me, and I found this rule. Here is the rule: I can't speak on the camera unless I have something profound to say. That's the rule. It's been stopping me from creating content. Oh, here's another one. It's not mine, but just an example. Well, maybe it's mine too, okay? But it used to be. If I stop being productive, I'll lose my value. So there is somewhere in your way, in your path, a rule that's stopping you from doing what you want. You have to find this rule, okay? And you can, if you find it, and actually have videos how to find it. The video I believe called "How to Find One Lie That Runs Your Life." Watch it. It's here on this channel. And if and when you find it, send it to me, your rule, and I'll help you rewrite it to the rule that actually works, and you're not stuck anymore. So you will get unstuck. If you can't do it yourself, just send this rule to me. Or even if you find this rule, just send it to me and say, you know what, I found this rule. Here it is. Here's what's been stopping me, and now it's not. I'll be very happy that I was able to help you. So just send me your rules if you can find them. But if you can't rewrite it yourself, I would assume that not everybody can. Most likely, like in my case, I've been staring this rule. I realize that I have it. It's like it's impossible to break it. It's impossible to remove. But then I'm using my systems of thinking and approaching, and I found a way how to rewrite the rule, how to get myself unstuck. And I can help you too. Just send me your rules, like whatever's stopping you, let's rewrite it so you can keep going. Here is how I rewrote my own rule. If it's true right now, then it's worth saying. Maybe key words here is right now, but here's what it is. If something is true right now for me, then it means it's worth saying. Well, of course, the context here is that you can't plan to reveal the depth. You can just reveal it if it makes sense at all, but maybe it doesn't. It's fine. So to summarize, the second section of today is like, find this rule, name this rule, break this rule. Like this rule that's stopping you, just break it. If you can't rewrite it, at least break it. And then do realize that you don't need a new system from the beginning, even though everything will change if you break this rule. You just need one simple truth. Maybe it's not simple truth, but you need one clear truth. And it will change everything. And I can help you find this truth too. Just send me your rule that you're not breaking yet or afraid to break. And let's rewrite it together. Now, to the third section of today is the third section of today, as I promised, is if this was my last video or stream ever, what would I say? Like to the mankind, what would I say? And here it is. And I think it's so important. This is my, I don't know, not only current truth, but I wish I knew it all my life. Here is what I would say. Everything, the world is very simple. Somehow people think that everything is complex. And as I said, everything I'm talking about today is about the same thing from the different angles, right? There is one thing, one rule, one wrong assumption that keeps you stuck, keeps you miserable, keeps you chained, keeps you being slave. It's like it's just one thing. If you find it, everything changes. And so much energy will be released. And it's like a chain reaction, nuclear reaction. Find something, find this lie, find this roadblock, find this rule you have to break. Remove them. Everything will change. And it actually proves how simple the world is. You think everything is so complex. Every step you make, there is a difficulty. When in reality, just one simple thing runs your life. Find it, change it, remove it. Everything will change. And more often than not, this thing that runs your life and this thing that makes you miserable, it's a lie. Lie somebody sometime installed in you. So this is programming. It's different from pretty much everybody in my experience. But once you find what runs your life will never be the same. And it actually will prove you how simple this world is, because everybody's life, like people, even we're talking about the companies, they have this one concept that's holding them down. It's just one concept. Just one. And I used to be very skeptical about it, especially when I came to the United States. They have the saying, what's one thing that you liked about, something? And just, well, tell me one thing about you that blah, 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 somewhere on the interview. And I was very skeptical about it. It's like, why it has to be one thing? Oh, give me one reason that stops you. Well, the problem is, the question is right, but as it seems like not so many people actually digging deep enough to find this reason. As I said, watch this video, how to find a lie that runs your life. I'm going deeper there, how to do this. But if I wanted, if it was my last video, this is what I would say. Life is very simple. World is very simple. Everybody thinks it's complex, but it's not. It's not. It's a lie. Everything is very simple. And again, it's the same thing. And it's about the same, that most people are good. And most likely everybody is good. They just don't know better. They don't know how. And it's like biggest lie of all. That some people bad, some people good. Let's do a war for resources. Let's do compromises. You know these compromises? Well, that's actually American thing, a Western thing, and that one is bad. It's like one person wants one thing, another person wants another thing, And it's like, well, we can't really find a compromise. Let's meet each other halfway, right? I was like, that one I always knew is a bullshit. It's like, I want 100K, I want 100K salary. They want to give me 0 salary. And they go, well, let's meet halfway, which is 50K. If they want to pay 50K, right? But if they want to pay 20K, that they'll say, well, you know what? We actually want you to pay us 80K. So when you meet us halfway, when we do this compromise thing, and it's like, well, you have to be flexible. And if you're not flexible, that means you're not a team player. And that means we can't even hire you. And it's like, let's do this compromise. Everything has to be compromised, right? Now, this compromise thing is certainly bad. I don't know who invented this. Somebody who wants to exploit it. That's 100% for sure. No, compromise is bad. You need to avoid compromise. I mean, the compromise is the opposite. Is the opposite of what you're supposed to do. You have to find synergy. And in order to find synergy, you have to see how simple world is. And you have to understand what wrong assumptions everybody making that all of a sudden, first of all, we have to fight for resources, for whatever. Second of all, we have to compromise. No, we don't have to compromise. Compromise is a bad thing. Because to eliminate the conflict, all you have to do is remove their own assumption. If there is a conflict between two parties, it just means that there is a wrong assumption somewhere. You have to find their own assumption. And then you have union and no conflict. No need for compromise. That's what I would say if that would be my last video. Well, let's see. Maybe I'll have next one. Maybe not. But at least I said what needs to be said, right? At least I said what's true today. And thanks for watching. Please come again. Like this video. Watch the video I mentioned, how to find the lie that runs your life. I believe this is like pretty much could be most important thing you would ever learn in your life. Because for me, it's still truth. And I've been searching for the truth like forever. And this is my truth today. And it changed my life. Anyway, thanks for watching. Come again.